urgent update. Late last night, the United States launched a coordinated strike at three of Iran's most sensitive nuclear sites, Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan, in an operation now confirmed as Operation Midnight Hammer. President Donald Trump described the mission in a late-night statement as completely and totally successful. We bring you the full details. At approximately 2:30 a.m. Tehran time, American B-2 stealth bombers entered Iranian airspace, marking a rare direct strike on Iranian soil. According to Pentagon sources, 7 B-2 Spirit aircraft, each carrying powerful GBU-57 bunker buster bombs, hit Fordow and Natanz. At almost the same time, more than 30 Tomahawk cruise missiles were launched from a U.S. submarine to strike the Isfahan nuclear complex. The strikes were completed within minutes, and all U.S. aircraft have now safely exited Iranian airspace. This was the largest B-2 bombing mission in U.S. military history. The aircraft took off from Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, flew across the Atlantic and Indian Oceans and struck with pinpoint accuracy. Each B-2 carried the GBU-57 bunker buster, a 30,000-pound bomb designed to destroy underground targets. Fordow, Iran's most heavily fortified site, received 6 of these bombs. Natanz was hit with 2. Meanwhile, cruise missiles pounded Isfahan's enrichment center. Each target was chosen carefully. Fordow is built into a mountain inside reinforced tunnels approximate 80 to 100 meters underground. It has been enriching uranium at high levels, far beyond civilian use. Destroying it required the 30,000-pound GBU-57. Natanz houses advanced centrifuge assembly and enrichment plants. It already suffered sabotage earlier this year but remains central to Iran's nuclear program. Isfahan, though above ground, plays a key role in uranium conversion and fuel fabrication. The Tomahawk missiles delivered there were aimed at crippling its major processing infrastructure. The GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrator is the world's largest non-nuclear bomb, a 30,000-pound bunker buster designed to penetrate reinforced concrete and rock. Its 14 uses, 6 at Fordow, 2 at Natanz, represent the first confirmed combat deployment of these weapons. The Tomahawk cruise missiles, launched from a stealthy submarine position, hit Isfahan's processing facilities with precision, linking into the overall strategic objective. In support, F-22 and F-35 jets, F-16s, AWACS surveillance planes and tanker aircraft ensured protection, electronic jamming and aerial coordination throughout the mission. President Trump posted on Truth Social shortly after the strike, saying, "We have completed a very successful attack on the 3 nuclear sites in Iran. All planes are now outside of Iranian airspace. Congratulations to our great American warriors. Now is the time for peace." Trump is expected to address the nation again later tonight. The Pentagon has confirmed that no civilian areas were targeted. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth praised the mission as flawless. General Dan Kane, speaking from the Joint Chiefs, said the operation preserved surprise and struck before Iran could respond. No U.S. casualties have been reported. Iranian state media has confirmed major damage at Fordow and Natanz but has not released casualty figures. Tehran condemned the strikes as an international crime and warned of retaliation. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called it a decisive blow to Iran's nuclear ambitions, adding that it aligned with Israel's security interests. Meanwhile, the UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has voiced concerns about escalating tensions and urged restraint on all sides. In Washington, there's growing debate. Congress is asking whether the president acted within his authority, as some Republicans and Democrats criticize bypassing formal war powers. Just days ago, President Trump had said he would decide on action within 2 weeks. With Iran enriching uranium beyond civilian levels and talks stalled, this operation appears to mark the end of diplomacy, at least for now. Analysts say Iran may now respond with drone or missile attacks, possibly targeting U.S. assets in Iraq or the Gulf. The U.S. Navy has already raised alert levels. Meanwhile, the U.S. Congress is debating whether the president had the authority to order this strike without approval. This operation comes after 2 weeks of tense negotiations. President Trump had earlier warned Iran that diplomacy would fail if nuclear escalation continued. Despite crippling strikes, experts warn the damage may prove temporary. Iran has likely planned backup facilities and may accelerate enrichment underground. There are also concerns that Iran might respond by targeting U.S. personnel in Iraq and the Gulf, or via proxy missile attacks. As a result of the strikes, oil and stock markets have experienced mild volatility. U.S. Navy ships in the Gulf and Red Sea have raised alert levels. Regional allies, the UAE, Saudi Arabia and others, are monitoring closely for any escalation. Meanwhile, diplomatic backchannels remain active. U.S. officials say messages were sent via European allies and Switzerland to warn Iran before conducting the strikes. First, satellites and on-ground intelligence teams will assess the extent of structural damage versus operational disruptions. Second, Iran is expected to retaliate, either directly against U.S. military assets or through regional allies. Third, in Washington, legal and political debates are opening up. Did the president overstep without seeking congressional approval? Fourth, there may be renewed calls for diplomacy, but only if Iran's leadership sees a viable path to negotiation without losing face. We could also see future efforts to isolate Iran more economically or politically. For more verified updates, exclusive footage and expert analysis, make sure to subscribe to Around the Globe and turn on the notification bell. We're bringing you the facts, first, fast and without filter. Thanks for watching.